He's a giant monster with no head, and she's a magical girl. They look like superheroes, but they'd rather just go on dates. I need your help bringing my Chicano monster superhero romance book to reality. My name's Kevin Garcia, and I've been a professional writer for over 25 years. For about 10 years, I was a writer and researcher for Marvel Comics with the official Handbook of the Marvel Universe. Thanks to crowdfunding, I was able to make my own comics, like Peowat about Mesoamerica, and World War comics about superheroes still dealing with trauma 80 years after the war. And most recently, Dragon Lee and the Monster of Salty River was published. It's a middle reader book featuring Dragon Lee, Jalisco, and Rouge, professional wrestlers from Mexico and the United States, as kids fighting monsters. So, true story. NightAxe and Golden Girl is a one-shot comic with 3 complete stories featuring two 20-something Latinos who have superpowers but would rather just go about their lives. That said, if people are in danger and monsters attack, they're going to help. I'm keeping the story self-contained because I don't want readers to have to wait for the next issue to come out just to read the whole thing. Their story is inspired by a Golden Age comic featuring 2 blonde kids who got Superman-level powers from a golden Aztec heart made from actual Aztec people. The comic was surprisingly progressive for 1945, but I thought it'd be important to give these powers to actual Latinos who could learn more about their cultural heritage as they learn about their powers. The appearance of NightAxe is inspired by the legend of Yahuatzpotli. This is the story of a giant headless creature that would encounter warriors in the night in ancient Mexico. They would hear a knocking in the forest, as if wood was being chopped, but it was the sound of a beating heart. A giant headless creature would appear before them, rip open his chest, and then that warrior would have to decide what to do next, as that beating heart was right in front of them. For NightAxe, I'm taking that story and making the heart the golden heart of the superhero story. Despite appearances, these two don't consider themselves superheroes. While NightAxe looks like that 24/7, he makes his living as an Uber driver. Imagine having a guy with no head come to your door. And Golden Girl is an actual magical girl, transforming with a rainbow show of light, just like Golden Lad did in the 40s. But she mainly used her powers to sightsee. I mean, if you could fly, wouldn't it be cool to just see all the things the world has to offer? I'm setting the story in San Antonio because, honestly, this city is as close as you can get to a real-life Gotham City. There are hotels over 150 years old, jazz-era architecture, and gargoyles on buildings. And there's so many sights to see, from the Alamo to the historic Riverwalk to the Tower of the Americas built for the 1968 World's Fair. The main art comes from Miguel Angel Hernandez Cedillo. He is an amazingly versatile artist. When I met him and told him about NightAxe, he came back to me about an hour later and said, "What do you think?" He drew NightAxe and Golden Girl on the spot. I said, "We need to work together." Colors are coming from comics legend Mickey Clausen, who's been part of the industry since the indie boom of the 80s into the height of the Image 90s. It's amazing watching their skills bring my story to life. I could probably have stopped at 22 pages, but I had so much fun with this, I wanted to make more. There'll be 2 8-page backup stories, also self-contained, with art by amazing creators. Nikki Ramirez of Mega Jaguar is providing art for a NightAxe solo ghost story. And Golden Girl's solo superhero story will be drawn by my friend from Brazil, James Garcia de Figueiredo. The main cover comes from a friend of mine. Roberto Vera Padro made waves with his comic Carlos the Kaiju Killer, which mixed Puerto Rican legend with giant monster action. But none of this can happen without your help. Please share this, support this, and if you can, tell others because I really want this to happen, but without your help, I can't get much farther than it has gotten. I shouldn't have to say this, but AI will have nothing to do with this. This is human made by human artists, support the arts, support humanity. I should work with a script, but I just don't. They like that idea. Anything else?